Right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of our Drive Time show with my supercar, and I couldn't be more happy to welcome a very good friend of mine, Carl Barton. Carl, how are you doing?
Hello. How are you? All right, all good?
Yes. Going, stir crazy, sat in the loft up here doing these video calls, but it's great to be talking to people who have the same passion about motorsport as we do. So.
Right now, that's one good thing. So technically, you're bringing the racing to the masses and remembering that everybody in the paddock's one community. So that's great.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So Carl, I've known you for a while now, so obviously I know what you do in motorsport, but not necessarily everybody does. So Carl Barton, what is it you do in motorsport?
Well, it's a bit of an unusual one, really. My day job is an educator. I've got an education company, so I do lots of research. Motorsport education. So I've been around the paddock for about 20 years now, doing different things for different teams. A lot of stuff with drivers and their sort of motivation for racing and doing different things like that. So I've been working a bit with racing drivers, working with teams, helping put cars on the grid. The capacity I know racing drivers and sponsors and sort of scenes, lots of event management and stuff. I'm actually the education officer for SCU Motorsport. I know you've done an interview with Alan O'Neill.
Episode 2 that was.
Yeah, I'm helping Alan to actually put as a part of my weird and wonderful CV, I can actually write degree courses. So I'm actually working with Alan to develop the education side of that SCU Motorsport project. So I think that's how he sort of wrote me into doing this. And you asking me about it for a long time around the paddock, so yeah.
Yes, fantastic. So obviously heavily involved in education. Where do you see the future of motorsport going in that sense then, Carl?
To be honest with you, I think as well as the skills that are needed to go forward for like electronic motors and doing different things like that, and all the new sort of hybrids and hydrogen and all that stuff that could possibly happen. I think the big boom that a lot of people are missing is historic racing, because people love there's no skills ago, panel repairers or old school engine builders and things like that to keep these old classic cars going. I think it's a real skill with that.
Sounds fantastic. So, Carl, you mentioned that you've been around the paddock for about 20 years now. You must have visited a fair few racetracks. Where's your favourite place to go?
To be honest with you, from a family bit, the first ever racetrack I ever went to in my life was Oulton Park. So that got a special place in my heart there. We've had a fair few moments around Cascades. We've been in gravel traps there quite a bit. We've I met Matt Neal. The first 3 times I met Matt Neal was in a gravel trap. On track days and stuff. So it's been a while doing that. Did some marshalling for the British touring cars. Going back like 2005. Before then, my dad was taking their sort of mid to late 80s, showing my age now. So, it's been a long part of my history. Love Silverstone as well and Oulton Park, but Oulton's definitely my home, really.
Fantastic. So let me pose this question to you then, Carl. You and me are at Oulton Park. You can take any car. You can take me out in any car for 10 laps. What you take me out in?
Oh, it's so difficult to describe.
It is a hard question.
Yeah, it is a hard question. I'd really love to. The one event that really excites me about Oulton Park is have you watched the Neil Howard stages, the circuit rally championship?
Right. I've heard of it, but no, I've never seen it. I won't pretend to.
They actually run the 2 of the stages, Oulton Park, in reverse. So instead of going up Clay Hill, you come down Clay Hill. Something like that, and something like a World Rally Fiesta. I think that's a car that both of us could go in and enjoy. So I think that's what I'd do. Rallying's not my main love in life, more circuit racing. But I'd love to do Oulton Park in reverse, just because you're one of the rare drivers that can experience that, I think.
No, I like to hear that. Nobody's actually mentioned about driving the track in reverse. There's no limits to this. You can do whatever you want, wherever you want. That's the beauty of make believe, isn't it? I suppose.
Failing that, if we can do anything, then can I have one of those LMP1 Ginettas and the M6 while it's shut? That's all.
You can have whatever you want. Yeah, you can have. I would have I think I said to Atif Shah yesterday on a call, I would have a Ferrari F40, Dodge Viper GTS, and a Jaguar XJ220. You know, proper 90s cars, you know.
Yeah.
So look, Carl, 20 years involved in motorsport. There's got to be an embarrassing moment or two, isn't there? Please share.
From the driver's side or from the paddock side, I've got a small story for both, I think.
Well, go on, give us both then. Give us both.
Well, Fun Cup did some testing for those guys back in. I'm getting back to 2009. It was a long time ago. And Paul Rose trusted me with one of his cars, and I was going down, funnily enough, Oulton Park, and one of the doors blew off and into the crowd. I had to go back and embarrassingly walk up to the other side of the circuit to go get his fiberglass door back. That was one. And last year I went to Retro Rides Live, and one of my friends was falling over, I should say. Not beer induced, by the way, an actual genuine accident. And I kicked
I hope he's okay.
The tea flask over, and it went through the only hole in the fence and rolled onto the live racetrack, and I actually stopped Retro Rides Live with a tea flask last year, which they announced over the tunnel.
Brilliant. That is superb. They're two of the best I've heard so far. They're brilliant. No, look, Carl, I appreciate you're a busy man, so we'll let you go in a second. One final question. You can see my little boy in the corner there. Look. Go. Hiya. So one final question for you, Carl. Very important. We're running a tally on this. If you're a biscuit, what biscuit would you be and why?
Right, now, I've out of the questions that I've heard other people do, I knew this might have been coming, so I've been preparing long and hard. I'm going to have to, as much as I wanted to do the Kit Kat so I could give somebody 2 fingers joke, I won't do that. I'm going Jordan's private biscuit, which is the custard cream.
Okay, yeah, we've had that one. That's a safe choice, isn't it? Solid choice.
It's damp. It's midnight. You're in the paddock at Silverstone. You're working with a team on a 24-hour race. The biscuits are, it's foggy outside. The biscuits are going damp on the pit wall. The custard cream's safe. It's a safe bet.
Good man. Well, look, Carl Barton, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a real pleasure. It always is, Carl. It's always a giggle and it's always a pleasure. Stay safe, and I'll see you trackside sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely. And everybody just, stay safe, stay indoors, and we'll all be back racing real soon. And yeah, if you see us in the paddock, by all means, the kettle's always on in SCU if you see us around. So yeah, come in, have a chat.
Lovely. Thanks, Carl. Great words. Take care.